Marton, overwhelm yourself with excrement today in the place that's over here and hiding quietly away. Formerly known as Tutainui, it's been rumoured that there's a literal connection between large volumes of stinking waste and the heart of the Rangitikei, but Bonnie, Glen and Marton are not the same actual place. There's 5 kilometres of verdant pasture land between that rank abomination of a landfill and us, and it had nothing to do with me. But yes, anyway, that game of hide and seek that you didn't even know you were playing is over, and you win, you found us. Unassumingly ensconced between 2 highways 1 and 3, everything that's necessary and nothing that ever isn't, every reason you can think of to stop, and also a whole giant bunch of other reasons. The ones that you couldn't remember to think of, the ones that we thought of for you and will remind you about when you get here. And don't worry, it's not your fault that it never occurred for you to come here, because how were you to know that this kind of life was possible? Yeah, Marton. Welcoming and humble, cheap, small and saturated to the brink with trashy gossip in the same clothing as the weather. And if only you could borrow my eyes, because then you might begin to observe the kind of things that those of us who already live around here can readily see already. The intimacy, the cost effectiveness, the slavish love of endless rugby. Quick, before the small town becomes endangered, please, before the desperation graduates to meltdown levels. Yeah. More beer, I think. Marton! Taste your fix for the year in one ongoing endless moment. Park your van up some random stranger's driveway and burn away the distance between us all with the latest in automotive relocation destinations. And forget about convention and forget even more about convention centres. This town is on the outskirts of skirtlessness, and this town is a blank white canvas. And there's a whole heap more going on now that you're here. Honestly, Marton. Home of the toadstool picnic table. You want it. The memory is yours for nothing. And please feel free to use our roads and then eat food from our certifiably hygienic fruit premises and leave your wheels safely in our well-kept driveways. We have hundreds of friendly driveways. Yeah. Succumb with taste today and commence to rediscover the feel of a less powerful kind of holiday. Our driveways don't have hot points, sorry. Leaving the powerful things up to us and meeting everyday people while you're doing it, random small town people that you wouldn't have met if you hadn't ventured so far from those perilous zones of comfort. People that aren't anything like at all those depictions of small town people on television. Instead, we're lining up and lining out, touching hard in things called tackles, all in the name of communal exercise and elaborate distraction. You love it. If this town had hills, they'd be alive with the sound of rugby, the sound of physically mature adults running in circles and chasing other people replete with balls on the hunt for touchlines. Yep, Marton. Your future from the highway, an unexpected treasure of a place, given that we've got things like petrol, pies, and poems, and nothing much else to do that isn't heavily biased towards fraternizing with awesome tourists, adventurists, brave humans with a taste for reality. Marton, you love this town already for its vintage history and World Cup bunting, a gentle slice of colonial storytelling amidst a modern sea of corporate dominance, with the kind of amenities that you're likely to associate with the feeling of Michael Fay's foot right up your ass. A foot with sprigs on boots with dirt. Shit. To go with all those other things called boots, things on the end of legs, and also at the back of cars and sometimes also vans in driveways. Your rented vans and the best driveways that Marton has to offer, driveways full of love for happy foreigners, really intelligent, good-looking foreigners, ones who know where to come in order to save on the cost of pretty much everything. Marton! And finally, Marton. A whole bunch like a matron, quiet, warm and comfortable, where your dreams will never sleep, where World Cup rugby isn't easily forgotten, and neither is the state of our most salient public toilets. I had it on repeat. Sort of it was supposed to end right there. Actually, I didn't explain as well, because what actually made me write that poem is that the lady who runs Project Marton asked my dad, this is around the time of the Rugby World Cup, whether he could sort of write something, because she had this idea to attract people into Marton by letting people use their driveways to park like vans and stuff, free of charge. So it's like a camping sort of thing, but you just park your van in someone's driveway. And I really should have explained that before I launched into it, because it was probably quite confusing why there was this emphasis on rugby and driveways. It was actually a really good idea, but like about 4 people came to Marton and just left their camper vans in people's driveways. But it was like one of the best ideas I've heard in a while. But yeah, Dad sort of passed the buck on to me, and I just came up with that. And it never got used. I don't know why. But,